Hi there, Steve Kaufman. This is going to be the first in a series of 7 videos where I deal with each of the 7 habits of highly effective people that Stephen Covey covers in his book and which I made reference to in my video last week. First of all, I'll go over very quickly the 7 habits, and this is advice for people in their lives, advice for managers, advice for business people, and for people generally. And Stephen Covey, and you can Google Stephen Covey, C-O-V-E-Y, 7 habits, and you'll get a lot more information. But there are 7 habits. The first 3 have to do with independence. The second 3 have to do with interdependence. And the 7th one has to do with constantly renewing yourself and constantly improving. So the first one today I'm going to talk about is the need to be proactive. I think it's true in many things in life. If we wait for things to happen to us, some things may happen. I mean, many things will happen to you. However, by being proactive, by taking initiatives, by pursuing your goals, it's more likely that good things are going to happen to you. And certainly, I found in language learning that as long as I was a passive learner in school, with the teacher teaching me, and as long as I waited for the teacher somehow or the textbook to teach me, I wasn't making very good progress. Once I took control of my learning, once I went out, and this means looking for things in the language that interest me, books, in the case of Chinese, books with, in those days, before the internet, books with vocabulary lists behind each chapter. Taking the initiative in terms of what I want to learn about, what aspects of the language I need to work on, taking the initiative not to stay with the program that the teacher is leading you into in the classroom. Many teachers don't like this. They don't want the students to get ahead of them. This is so wrong because the language isn't just chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. The language is basically a whole package, and we learn different parts of it again and again and again. And so for the student to go out and find things of interest to him or her and then go back and do what they're doing in class, all of this is good. You have to take the initiative. You have to take responsibility. There are people who say that there's no bad learner, there's only a bad teacher. I don't believe that at all. I think whether you are in a classroom or whether you are studying on your own, only those learners who take the initiative, who are motivated enough to take charge of their learning, are going to be successful. And we have ample evidence of this in our school system in Canada, and I'm sure in other language schools, where a small percentage of the learners actually improve. And an equally large number can improve on their own if they're motivated, so that the important point is not the number of instructional hours. The important point is to what extent are you prepared to be proactive and take charge of your own learning. So that's the first of the 7 habits that Stephen Covey talks about, and it might even be the most important. Be proactive, take charge of your own learning. And that's the first of the 7 habits of highly effective people. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.